Hi friends, Right Careers welcomes you to another brand new video for this week. This is S. Sudarshan, your career coach. Now before we get on to this week's topic, the customary thing, in case you have subscribed to my channel, thank you so much, and in case you haven't, do click on the subscription button and also the bell button for instant notifications of all parenting and career related videos on a regular basis. Moving on, we all love stories, right? We all love listening to stories or reading stories, right from our childhood days till now. Stories are everything for most of the people who follow this channel, not only in India, even abroad. That means, we are totally into story. Like our DNA is full of storytelling or listening to stories in any form. This could be in book form, or this could be in visual form, or this could be in digital form. Any form, we love stories. It's there, it's deep rooted in our system and also in our DNA. Yeah, things have changed. The one, from when I was a child, probably, I used to listen story a lot from grandma. We used to call grandma tales, right? And then we used to read a lot of books, be it fiction or, crime, or different genres of stories, different genres of book. We used to read a lot. Today, the book reading habit or the grandma tales have slowly gone, and the new form of storytelling has come, or new form of reading stories, or new form of visualizing, watching the stories in a different platform like YouTube or any other mode, or Amazon Kindle. So a lot of things have come, but what has not changed is the essence of story. That has not changed over a period of time, and that's not going to change also. So you may be wondering what I am talking about when it comes to career. You may be good at storytelling, but if you don't know how to make a career out of it, that's the topic you have to watch for this week. The topic that we have taken is some of the leading careers that you can make if you are good at storytelling. So what are the career options? You might wonder, okay, I'm good at storytelling, but then do I make a career in storytelling? That's not what most of us would have thought about. But there are some serious career options in storytelling, and in the next few minutes, you'll be knowing what are those. The first career option that I can think of is a professional storyteller. It's a straightforward career. Now, if you have an incredible talent of narration and the knack of connecting with people in any form, you can become a professional storyteller. Now, usually a storyteller is someone who narrates the story or reads out the story. It need not be their story. It need not be his or her story. It can be a story of someone else. So they narrate the story, they read out the story to all audiences of all ages. Once again, we all perceive or have a notion that story is meant for kids or children. No, anyone can listen to story. Age appropriate stories are there. So a storyteller can usually narrate or rather read out the stories of someone else to different age groups. What a storyteller usually do is not only narrate, they also invoke that setting, invoke the characters of a story and morals through imaginative orientation. Now, that is exactly what a professional storyteller does. He or she doesn't read. They set up the background, they set up the characters, they give little bit spice to the character, add little bit masala to the character, and make the story even more interesting to read or listen to. That's what a storyteller does. Not read, listen to, right? That's what exactly a storyteller does. A good storyteller is actually capable of mesmerizing the audience. That's exactly what a storyteller does. Now, how do you become a professional storyteller? Although there is no formal education that's required for you to become a professional storyteller, India has some unique institutions for you to pursue this as an academia. Institutes like Kathalaya's International Academy of Storytelling, and then you have Vayu Naidu and Co., and then you have World Storytelling Institute in Chennai. These are some of the institutes where you can, pursue some short-term courses and then become a professional storyteller. So that's the first career option that I can think of. The second career option that I can think of is definitely in the form of an author or an editor. Now, author is definitely the byproduct of storytelling, right? So eventually, when you storytell, you become an author. So whether you can be a novelist, or you can be a poet, or bloggers, or journalists, or even newspaper editors, authoring, every written sentence that you make, anything that you write, is aimed to captivate the reader's attention. That's what we all want, right? You can be anybody, you can be a blogger. For what you write, to captivate the audience, right? Journalists or even novelist or poet, they do this. So the most successful writers, the renowned writers we know, have mastered the art of storytelling. You take in any language, Enid Blyton, whom we all grew up in English, is a master in storytelling. Kalki Krishnamurthy, whom we all have grown up reading Ponniyin Selvan and various other topics, and whom we are going to watch in movies in a week from now, is a master of storyteller, right? So there are, in every language like that, you will have master storytellers who have become authors or poets. Now, that is one. And then editing. Now, editing is slightly a different pedigree. Editors do write, but editors need not write also. So what editors do is they edit what the authors have done, authors have written or told in a format or in a language that's easily adaptable, easily understandable, and also creates a little bit more impact, usage of words. Editors, improvise on what an author or a journalist or a blogger writes. So that's exactly what an editor does. Again, you don't need to have a professional qualification, but you require deep-rooted understanding of the subject, analytical skills, and deep understanding of the audience also. This is the second career option that I can think of, being an author or a editor. The third career option, new age career option in storytelling, is definitely content writers. Now, who are content writers? Content writers are typically, they do content, or they give content based on the requirement of the client. Right? Usually they are adopted, they are paid to build the brand of the particular product or company. So that's exactly what they do. The art of storytelling that they possess for content writers, they usually help in connecting the brand with the prospective customer. So that's exactly what a content writer do. Once again, no formal qualification is required, but deep understanding of clients, deep understanding of market is very, very essential. Good old days, if you ask me, mass media used to be the only way of communicating. Mass media includes newspaper or radio or television. But and in all those things, the content used to be very, very less. The deployment of content used to be less. You give the message in print, what major innovation that you can do? Very little. You give the content and then it's readable. But the digital media has changed content writers' role much, differently, I should say, because in digital media, in digital space, you have a lot of scope to experiment in content, and therefore the role of content writers have become highly relevant in digital era. So that's the third career option that I can think of in the form of content writers. The fourth, big, perhaps the exciting role in if you're a good storyteller, is being a marketing professional. Now you might wonder what a marketing professional has got to do in content writing. See, all marketers essentially are content writers, or rather I should say all marketers are essentially storytellers. Now this is the 102nd week of Ride Careers, and if people who are still watching from day one hand, thank you. But then I should also tell you that I'm a professional marketer, and I've kind of I will not say mastered the art of storytelling, but I've kind of understood how to tell a story, and that's why the channel is getting sustained for 102 weeks, right? So, the art of story, marketers are essentially storytellers. Now let us take a small example as to how storytelling is useful if you are going to be a professional marketer. Very, very simple, quite exciting also, because there is a huge buzzword in industry called brand storytelling, which is going around in market for quite some time, and that's quite successful also. Let us see that with a very, very interesting case study for the next few minutes, so that you will understand how a common man can also become a storyteller. Let us take an example of Amazon. Now in 2012, I remember, Amazon launched its India-centric portal called www.amazon.in. Now prior to 2012, it was not Amazon.in, it was Amazon.com, where the global Amazon portal used to be there. But in 2012, they launched India website. When they launched initially, I very much remember, Amazon used to sell books, Amazon used to sell Kindles, and Amazon used to sell little bit of film shows also. They used to rent, right? So film shows, TV shows they used to sell. But then quickly, within few weeks of its launch, it understood Indian market, and it slowly started to sell mobile phones and few gadgets and even cameras. It used to sell, and then they made good money. But then later, over a period of year or so, it understood that India is very, very different from the rest of the world. Why? Because India not only has a huge buying potential, India also had and still has huge selling potential, which means there are too many sellers in India who are there without a platform for them to sell. India has buyers, we all know, but what we all might not know is India also is a very big market for selling. So too many people are there to sell their products, but they don't know which platform to sell. They can't go physical, right? For example, I am sitting in Chennai. If you have to buy, a product in Pune, for example, Kayani Bakery ka Shushberry biscuit, right? Now, how will I go? When I go to Pune, I buy. Otherwise, I don't buy. Lakshmi Narayan Chivda, how do I buy? When I go to Pune, I buy and come. But this is the gap that Amazon identified, and they said we are launching, very soon they launch something called Marketplace. Now, Amazon Marketplace is an example of creating a platform where sellers and buyers from different part of the country virtually meet. Now, it allow anyone and everyone to become a seller. Anyone, I have seen some crazy products, and I'm sure you also would have seen some crazy products in Amazon that's there in Amazon. And over a period of 2-3 years, it became a highly trusted sales channel partner for many people. Now today, trust me, today, this is as of last year, Amazon generates an annual income of 1,000 crores only from sales channel, only from Amazon Marketplace, not from sales. Amazon sales is different. This is Amazon Market. So from Amazon Marketplace, it generates a revenue of 1,000 crores. Now how did it do? It's not complicated or rocket science, but they adopted this strategy called brand storytelling. Now, what is brand storytelling? Now, usually, when you see Amazon's ad, they usually bring out the traditional Hathi, that is the elephant ad. That is a usual campaign that they make. It's a public campaign, but they also use a unique technique called a storytelling strategy. Now, it created stories that were created by masses and for masses. They use the sellers to tell the story as to how they weave the product, as to how they make this product. If it's terracotta, how they do. If it is a pin, they tell what are the byproducts that they do, etc., etc. It's basically connected with the authentication things and also with the emotion quotient of any Indian. Let us see a few examples as to how Amazon did it. In 2015, Amazon created a hashtag called Make Dad Smile. Hashtag Make Dad Smile. It means, if you go to YouTube and see the campaign Make Dad Smile, you will see a very good visual video where, a child, a daughter, and a working father. It's between a daughter and a working father, where a father wakes up early, go to office, returns back late for a lot of things, and then sees the child sleep. But then when he goes near the child, it smiles. That will make a father smile, and then the Amazon visual will come. So that's a campaign they created. In 2015, started celebrating festivals and special bonds. In 2015, for any purchase and every purchase made in the month of December, after December 15, the delivery boys were dressed as Santas. It was Christmas special. Not only that, the wrapping and packaging were totally, in line with the Christmas gift that we all do. So that's customization. That's the storytelling again. Now, Valentine's Day, a couple of years back, I remember for Valentine's Day, what Amazon did was it portrayed a couple who were married for 63 years, 8 months and 6 days. And after these many years, the man is still in love with his wife. And that's the portrayal, that's the connect, that's the story that Amazon did. It also created another unique campaign called Mom Be a Girl Again. Hashtag Mom Be a Girl Again. It portrayed with the Women's Day philosophy, where, Mother's Day philosophy, where a mother makes a lot of sacrifice after becoming a mother, and then, goes the family way and a lot of things. But she's never a girl. So this particular campaign aimed at bringing back that mother to a girl, and that connected brilliantly with the audience. And these are some of the examples of how Amazon used its storytelling techniques. The final storytelling technique that I also would like to mention is about creating story boxes. That's a brilliant conception from Amazon, where when you buy a product, in the box of the product, the image of the seller used to be there. And if you see the image, the photograph of the seller used to be there, still there. And then that photograph will depict as to how this product was made, from where this product comes, etc., etc. So these are ultimate ways of connecting with your audience. With story boxes, Amazon urged the consumers to look at stories behind the box also, not only inside the box, behind the box also. Now, the bottom line I'm saying is, if you want to be a successful marketer today, you can adopt storytelling as a definite strategy, and not the other way also. If you are a good storyteller, you can become a successful marketer also. Now, to conclude, if your favorite memories reminds you of immersing in plots, immersing in chronicles, characters, storylines, then the chance of you becoming a storyteller is very, very high. The good news is that your love for stories can be translated into a very good business model, and if you want to further know as to how do you want to make that happen, do ping us. All the credentials are beneath this video, and until next Monday with altogether different video, see you all, take care, have a safe week. Thank you.